Hi there, my name is Emedion Henry Edit, and I'll be talking about PHP variables and their scope. So about PHP variables, variables are used as containers in which we store information. And in PHP, a variable starts with a $sign, which is followed by the name of the variable. So in PHP, that's how you declare a variable. First, with a $sign, and then the name of the variable. And the rules for PHP variable states that a variable name must start with a letter or an underscore, and the variable name cannot start with a number. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores, as shown here in this example. And then variable names are case sensitive. So looking at this sample here in the bracket, we have a variable here that is declared called name in lowercase, and also a variable declared called name in uppercase letters. And it states that name and name would be two different variables. So that's one thing to note in PHP variables. The variable name are case sensitive. I would just like us to see a sample of this. So in my PHP file, so I have declared a variable called name and assigned it a value of John and also an H. So now we say that the declared variable here has a lowercase, and the variable that is being echoed or called has an uppercase letter. Now I would like us to see, as I run my PHP in the browser, to see what is going to give us as a result. So it states that name is undefined because it's not having the same case as the declared variable. But if I should change this to a smaller case letter referencing that variable, and then I reload my page, then definitely we should have a result which is John. And then the next thing I would want to talk about is variable scope. Now in PHP, variables can be declared anywhere in the script. The scope of a variable is the part of the script in which the variable can be referenced or used. PHP's most used variable scopes are the local and global variable scope. A variable declared outside a function has a global scope, whilst a variable declared within a function has a local scope and can only be accessed within that function. Now let's head down to our PHP file and see as this is going to work. So here I have a function declared, and this function is called my function1. I declared a global variable and assigned it a value of 56. Now I also declared a variable inside, which is a local variable, and gave it a function a value of 89, and then I want to echo the variable, the value of the variable, on my web page. Now I would want to run this program. When I run this program, definitely what this function is going to realize or recognize is the number 89. So let's see how this is going to happen. So I reload my page and we have the result as 89. Reason being that this is a local variable, a local scope variable, and it is declared within the function. Now if I should disable that particular variable and then I call num1, and definitely we are going to have an error message that would be given to us. So I declare this, and it says that num1 is undefined. Undefined for the fact that it is a global variable and this function doesn't recognize it. Now another thing that I would want to talk about is the global keyword. Now the global keyword is used to access a global variable from within a function. To do this, use the global keyword within the function prior to the variables. Now looking at the code here, if I should want to reference this num56, then in that case I can use the global keyword before I declare my variable. And then when I run this, I would have the result of 56 because since I used the global keyword, the variable is now being recognized by the function. So I have the answer as 56. And one other thing is I have another function here of which I call it as my function 2. Now I would not want to echo what I have here on this particular function, and here I would want to echo the number 56 on my web page. So now let's do this and see what happens. Definitely we are going to have an error, though this is a global variable, but even this function does not recognize it. So if we should run our program, and then we are given a result that we have an undefined variable which is called num1. So looking at this is because I have not used the global keyword. So if I should use the global keyword, and then at this point I run my program again, then this function is going to recognize the global variable, and then it's going to give the value of 56 as the answer to the calculation, or probably to the function. So this is all we need to understand and know about PHP variables, their scope, how we can access them from within a function or outside a function. Thank you.